What a great pleasure this is. So on behalf of the Northern Michigan University Board of Trustees, welcome. And it's another great day to be a Wildcat. We celebrate the naming of the third coach in Northern Michigan University hockey history. Throughout the decades, Wildcat hockey has meant so much to so many of our students, alumni, faculty and staff, and community members. It has provided great entertainment, but even more importantly, the program's accomplishments put Northern on the national hockey map. And in so doing, the spotlight on our hockey success turned a bright light on our academic quality and success as well. In the 4 decades since the program's start, Wildcat hockey has given the university and hometown communities reasons to cheer, to band together, and to believe. The victories and even some of the heartbreaking losses have made us incredibly proud. Our past successes have set the bar high regarding our expectations for the future. Our goal is always and has been and always will be a national prominence, will be for national prominence. We know that this is achievable because we have achieved that level before. And we will do it again. Today we begin a new chapter in Wildcat hockey history, one where that calls us on all of us to celebrate, rededicate our support for the program, our new coach, and our staff and our players. I know that other NMU board members and trustees alike join me in stating that the board's dedication to the program is strong, and we as trustees will be there cheering the Wildcats on as they make their take on the ice in October and through the years to come. Our new coach, Grant Potulny, we welcome you and your family, and I believe that you will find the Upper Peninsula to be a very special place, and Northern Michigan University will be an outstanding university, one where you too will find each day a great day to be a Wildcat. Thank you.
Certainly here to make a very important announcement about the new leadership of our hockey program, but before I get to much of that, I do want to thank Forrest Karr, who our athletic director, for his leadership throughout this entire process. He was thoughtful, proactive, really sought out a great deal of opinions and input from both past and present Wildcat hockey players. And really had a very engaged decision-making process. So we really want to thank Forrest for a job very well done. And I know Forrest is going to talk a little bit more about the process when he gets up here. But I do want to also thank all of those that have worked on the committee, all of those within the university community that rolled out the welcome wagon, for all the candidates that we had. We had an amazing pool of candidates, and it was really great to see our university community embrace and support people as they came in working through this particular process. Now, Chair Holman just spoke about the success that Wildcat hockey has enjoyed in the past. And I'm really looking forward to building on a wonderful foundation and moving to the next level and moving our university and our hockey program forward. Since I arrived on campus at Northern, we took on a very intensive strategic planning process that involved establishing core values, strategic focus areas, strategic outcomes. And during that whole process, we developed a strategic plan really based on the idea of transformational innovation. And that includes all of the programs that we have, certainly our academic programs and certainly our athletic programs. By this I mean the university is committed to bold, innovative action for moving the university forward. And I think our hire that we're announcing today is a big part of that. So with that, we're very excited about what the future of the hockey program is. As a university community, we are committed to the success of the hockey program. We are committed to the success of these these truly incredible student athletes.
This is an exciting day for Northern Michigan University and for Northern Michigan hockey, and we're glad to have everyone here with us this morning. It's particularly nice to see some of the student athletes in the back. I'd like to start out with thanking several people. First, President Erickson for all of his support throughout the search process. Also, Max Graves, Pat Lakinen, Jeff Koval, Matt Herbig for their consistently great job they do over at Audiovisual Services. And Mike Lakinen's right here today, but they were a huge part of the search and making everything was really smooth. Also, Mike Bath, the university's Director of Public Safety, for the role he played giving the candidates tours, as well as Alex Tizio, Robin Burke, Jen DeBias, and other Department of Athletics staff members for, again, making sure that the search process represented the university in such a professional way. Next, I want to thank the search committee, Don Waddell, Dave Mogish, Dallas Drake, Jason Welch, Justin Florick, Zach Diamond-Toney, Rick Comley, Bob Cowell, and Julie Rochester. This group went way above and beyond our expectations. They moved their schedules around both in their personal lives and professional lives. And they really had great dialogue, sharing thoughts in an open, honest, and respectful way. And each of them honored our commitment to maintain confidentiality throughout the process. And I really appreciate that. Finally, I want to thank the student athletes for their patience over the last 5 weeks. As I told them this morning, I hope every returning student athlete felt heard and represented during the search. Zach did a great job at all of our meetings and was heavily involved. And I also had the chance to talk with the team a couple of times over the last few weeks. Next, I'll say a few words about the process itself. When you go through something like this, you end up having the opportunity to talk with countless administrators and coaches from all over the country, and to connect with alums and former Northern Michigan hockey players working in the hockey business, many of them who helped create the foundation for future generations and for the continued success of the program. Every one of these conversations was valuable. The ideas were energizing. There was tremendous benefit to listening and learning and taking note of the small things that will help our program going forward. The position was posted for 2.5 weeks, starting on Monday, March 13th. 69 candidates formally submitted application materials through the university's people admin system. The search committee then met and selected 15 of those candidates for video interviews. The search committee members reviewed the video interviews and scored them. The search committee then met again to discuss the video interviews and selected 5 finalists. These finalists came to campus last week and met with the committee and also had one-on-one meetings with President Erickson. They toured campus. They met with staff to go over the hockey program's budget and talk about academics and compliance. All 5 finalists are exceptional coaches, and I can't stress that enough. In fact, I thought of the 15 video interviews that probably 13 people would have been successful coaches here at Northern Michigan. But in particular, the 5 finalists, they're great hockey people, good coaches, and just excellent people. So it made this decision very difficult. Our goal throughout the search was to carry out a fair process that would allow a candidate to demonstrate their ability and to earn the opportunity, which leads me to why Grant Potulny. Grant truly earned this opportunity. I did not know Grant before this process started. I saw his resume in with all the others and looked interesting. We talked about him at our first meetings. I started making phone calls. People were calling me. The more I heard, the more I liked. There was one thing in particular that kind of jumped out to me, and that is that after playing at Minnesota, the people that know Grant the best, the people that are most familiar with him, the people that know what he's all about and what he prioritizes, his commitment to excellence, the people that have seen that he understands the price that it takes to have success. They brought him back. They brought him back when he was young. They brought him back when he didn't have a ton of experience, and they trusted their program and their recruiting to him. And he's done an outstanding job in every way. So again, why Grant? Well, first, Grant's a winner. I think people that have read his bio know that he's achieved success at every level as a player and as a coach. He was part of, these are just some things that stand out. He was part of teams that won 3 state championships in high school in North Dakota. He was the MVP of a team that won the Anderson Cup in the United States Hockey League in juniors. He was a 3-year captain at Minnesota and was part of teams that won 2 national championships. And more recently, he's helped Minnesota win 6 conference championships and also helped the United States win 2 World Junior Championships as an assistant coach. But what really stood out to me were the things that kept coming up as I talked with people in the hockey community. They talked about Grant's integrity and character, which is at the top of the list whenever we're hiring any coach or staff position. And Grant being the kind of person that any parent would want their son to play for. They consistently mentioned his presence. That's a word I hear often. His ability to make everyone around him better and his tremendous leadership. Grant is without question a leader and has been throughout his entire career. Another thing that stands out is Grant's attention to detail. He's organized and has a plan for our program. I've noticed the same quality in many great coaches that I've worked with over the years. Finally, Grant's ability to recruit and to build relationships with players. And for me, this was kind of the final thing, watching him interact with Zach during the interview process. And again, today, it was just truly enjoyable watching him interact with the team. So as I told the student athletes this morning, Northern Michigan hockey is going to be successful. The foundation's in place, but to regularly compete for conference championships, there are no shortcuts. It's going to take more than hiring a new leader for the program. It's going to take hard work and total commitment from the team starting right away this summer, and total commitment from all of us to support the program. I believe we have that. With that, please allow me to introduce who I believe is the right person to lead the program and build upon Northern Michigan's rich hockey history, Grant Potulny.
I appreciate the kind words. Before we get going, I'd like to thank Dr. Erickson, Athletic Director Karr, and the search committee for entrusting the program in me. And I understand the rich history of the 2 coaches that have coached here before me and all the success that they have had, and we will build on that. When we were going through this process, I was asked by somebody during the committee, what do you enjoy about coaching? And the one thing for me, and a couple of these student athletes are here, and I got to meet with them this morning, I love touching their lives. And you get to take a young person that is kind of coming into their own in the world, and you get 4 years to mold them into becoming outstanding people in the community and get them ready for what's next in their life. And I understand all these guys want to be professional hockey players, and that's going to be part of what we're molding. But we're also going to mold fine young men so that when they leave here, they're great ambassadors for our program and great ambassadors for the city of Marquette. When I was here on the process, meeting with people, the one thing that stood out to me was the passion in the community about the hockey program. And you could just feel it. You could feel the energy coming out of people. You could feel the excitement. And you could feel the commitment they have. And last night I had a chance to talk to 3 alumni, and every single one of them, the first thing they said, how can I help you? What can I do to help you? Whatever you need from me, I'm going to help you. And I really get the sense that everybody in this room, the senior leadership I got to have a chance to meet with today, all the way down, they're all about helping, and they all want to help the process. And that to me I think is very important because we have had a great history here. We have had great successes. We've only had 2 coaches in our program's history. Both of them are successful. we've got WCHA championships, CCHA championships, national championships. And to win and to do those things, I think you got to do it the right way. And I spoke to the guys this morning about the Wildcat way. And when I was speaking to them, I think it's important, if you're going to be excellent at something and whatever it is that you want to be, to get to your full potential, you got to be excellent at everything. So when I talk about the Wildcat way, and you'll hear me talk about this in the future, it's about doing everything the right way. And I want these young men to want to be able to go to school, to want to get good grades, not because of what I say, but because it's the right way to do it. I want them in the community representing our program the right way. And obviously, one of the most key things is I want every day for them to give me their best effort. And I know some days that they're only going to have 90, and that's okay. But I need 100% of your 90 that day. And if you can give me those things and we can work together and you can put everything you have into this program, we will be successful. And Forrest talked a little bit about my background, and I've been very, very, very fortunate to be around some wonderful leaders. And I would like to thank some of them today, and some people from Minnesota that have really helped me get to where I am today. Former Athletic Director Joel Maturi, current Athletic Director Mark Coyle, Tom McGinnis, and Don Lucia. And Don is one of the winningest coaches in college hockey history. I mean, he's got 700 wins, and he's won at 3 different programs. But the one thing about Don is he's a wonderful, wonderful human. And the way that he led that program and the way he's led every program he's been at, it's been with class. And I've learned from him, and I'm going to try to lead this program the exact same way. And like I spoke to the guys this morning, I will be very consistent. And there will be no uncertainty, and they will be able to entrust that every day they know what they're getting out of us. And, you know, I know players want to be coached. I know players want details, and I know players want consistency. And that's the one thing that they will get every single day from me. They will know where I'm at, they will know where they stand, and they will know what's expected of them. And I think that's important, because I think if you're going to be able to build something together, you have to have a couple certain things that both equally important. And, you know, the word culture gets thrown around a lot. And I don't know, you know, how you kind of think about that word or talk about that word, but with culture, to me, it's family, it's trust, it's belief. It's, you know, those things kind of get put into culture. And how do you create culture? With people. And the culture here is excellent right now. I'm inheriting a program with a great culture. And now it's my turn to be able to add my spin on it and to bring in my ideas and create that family trusting culture, because we all have to trust each other. And you need people for that. And we need to continue to bring in bright young people, great athletes to come into this program and help us succeed in the future. And the more that we can win with better people, you know, I've always thought that, you know, better people make better Wildcats. So we're going to bring in some excellent people into this program, people that are going to make the community proud, people that are going to make the school proud, and people that are going to help us win. So in closing, I really want to thank everybody in the search committee and Dr. Erickson and Forrest for this opportunity. And I understand the responsibility that comes with this opportunity. I'm prepared. I've been preparing myself for this moment. I have a plan that I'll work. I do think that we have a competitive advantage with the size of our ice sheet. With the Olympic sheet, I think you can recruit to the rink, and I think you can recruit speed to the rink. So I think that gives us an advantage, a competitive advantage at home. And we've tried to build our teams at Minnesota the same way, where we want to build from speed, and we want to be able to recruit to our rink, because we want this place to be a hard place to play. And when you talk to other coaches, and the best compliment any coach can ever say about your team is that they're hard to play against. And I promise you, we're going to be hard to play against, and I just can't wait to get started. So thank you so very much. I'm looking forward to the future and doing things that'll make this community and this university proud. Thank you.